Hello and welcome to Full Send, the F1 podcast where two Nicks talk confidently about things we don't fully understand. I'm Nick.
And I'm Nick. Let's go!
Let's go! Hello, welcome back. Day 3 of testing is done. We're at the end of the first week of
Love
testing.
it. Love it.
Have you been watching it?
When it's on, yeah. I mean, you get an hour a day. Thank you very much, Sky Sports.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah, loved it. I can't get enough. Every app, every kind of social media post, love it. Absolutely love it.
We're not sponsored by Sky News or Sky Sports yet, so just to
Could
put
be
that out
though.
there, just a little name drop in there.
Could be though.
We're not being paid by them to do that
No.
today.
Oh yeah.
Not today anyway.
But that's where we get our news from, being UK based. And hello to the international audience, by the way. Really important.
Yes,
Click, like, follow
exactly.
if you could be bothered. But no, mate, honestly, yeah, absolutely loved it. What about you?
Yeah, fantastic. I'm just glad that it's sort of starting. I mean, what we got another testing next week.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And the week, I think, is it the week after? I think it's the week after. We are in Australia for the first race.
4 weeks. 4 weeks this weekend.
4 weeks. Okay, I'm way out on that then. I was hoping it was going to be sooner. I'm just wishful thinking.
No, mate, I've got the Monday booked off.
Yeah, excellent.
Gonna be up all night, soaking it in every second I can get. Gonna be all over it.
Fantastic. Me too. And I think we're going to obviously try and podcast at some point that race.
Definitely. I think we'll get a bit of a pre-race, then we'll get qualifying, and then we'll get after the race. Get you our thoughts.
Exactly. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. It's getting exciting.
So what do you reckon about the 3 days then? Come on, mate. Give me your
Okay,
opinion.
so if we're being brutally honest, testing doesn't really mean anything. I think the teams are all very, very similar. The top 5 anyway, the usual Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull. Obviously, day 3, Mercedes 1, 2. Ferrari with Lewis in 3rd, McLaren 4th with Piastri, then the Red Bull guys in 5th. It just looks like the same again. However, I think they're obviously going to be the strongest ones, and then obviously the midfield looks competitive. Not sure if we can class Cadillac and Audi in the midfield, but not just yet anyway. Maybe even not. I nearly said Austin. It's actually Aston or Aston. So yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I just can't believe it's the same 3 at the top again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does it happen every single year? So all of these 3 teams have got the least tunnel time. They've all got the same budgets, in theory. And yet they're just smashing it out of the park again. For me, this is kind of 2014 all over again, where it all changed to the new engines, the 1.6 engines, and Merc just had season after season just romping away with it. They got it right straight away, and they carried on.
Well, do you not think that we're seeing the same teams again because, barring McLaren, the rest are works teams? Mercedes do their own engine. Ferrari got their own engine. Red Bull got their own engine.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's a massive part of it. But, McLaren taking the engine, you got Alpine taking the engine. I tell you who's done an absolutely storming job this week is Williams. From not doing anything in Barcelona, and they have got, I don't know if you know this, they have got exactly the same lap count as McLaren, 422 laps.
Wow.
And Ferrari have got 1 less.
Yeah.
So that's just proof that I know we talk about lap times, but it's the consistency of the laps and how many laps you can get out of them. And really, the Mercedes and the Ferrari engines. So you got the Haas. The Haas has done a really good job this year. Um, and then you got the Cadillacs. And to be fair, I think the Cadillac's going to be the best out of the new bunch that's come in, just because they got a solid engine.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so day 3 of testing has ended, and as we said before, Mercedes won 2.
So
Um,
the 1, 2, yeah.
maybe we'll see some more of that come the season. Um, excuse me. But, publicly, um, claiming that they're not the fastest, okay? Even suggesting that maybe Red Bull is ahead. Um, what do you believe? I mean, they say that, Red Bull say that,
Well,
Ferrari are
it's
chilling,
pass the parcel.
part of the
They love
part.
it. They just do not want the limelight on them. They just don't want any of the reporters hyping them up. They don't want
Well,
anyone kind of looking at the aero and going into it. So it's just, yeah, right. No, actually, I'll pass the parcel. Toto Wolff is the best at it.
well, I think, a lot of
Speaking
it as
Ferrari
well.
off.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I think a lot of it as well is the political pressure side of things, and I feel like because of this this, issue they've potentially got that the FIA are still looking into
Yeah.
regarding their, engine regulation, they may not want to appear dominant. So, but obviously, based on today's testing, 1, 2,
One,
they do
two,
look a
mate.
bit.
Yeah. And to be fair
Um,
to him, like Kimi Antonelli, what a legend.
yeah, 17 is he?
18, yeah. He's just
18.
loving. He's like loving life. First year, kind of getting the feel of it, seeing what he's like. He was fast, like, that's why they've got him in. And so he's got a
And
year behind him, knows the team, and he just smashes it. I don't know how they do it, these kids. That mental pressure of
yeah,
just being
he's got a good
responsible
team
of
behind
these
him, hasn't he?
multi-million pound cars. Yeah. He does such a good job.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Even George, I mean, I like George. I like George. One of our own.
Big
Um,
one of our own.
I can't remember what I said on the last podcast, so you could probably dig me out for that. But I do think George could be world champion this year.
George's So out of them, George has got the talent to take it to Norris. I think if he's got the car, it's all about the car, isn't it? Is he a better
Absolutely.
driver than Norris? No, you can't say he is because he hasn't won a world championship. But I think if you just look at their previous GP F2 days, he was a phenomenal racer, still is a phenomenal racer.
Yeah,
And I think if he can just get a bit of qualifying, and more to the point, I think because he's the new breed of driver, a bit like Max, a bit like Kimi, they just get this car and they get the new engine management side of it. It's like being
yeah,
on a PlayStation. It's insane.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. I'd actually caught a glimpse of the Williams setup uh, on their virtual setup that they've got on the sim.
Mm.
Looks amazing. Absolutely amazing setup. But there we go. Okay, Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton coming in P3 there. 150 laps today, I think.
But I think
Yeah,
this is Lewis's day. I think Lewis again, super driver. It's father time, mate. He's nearly the same age as us. I mean, massively talented. What a legend.
what is he,
The
24?
goat. The goat. Yeah. Yeah, he looks it, doesn't he? Smooth operator he is. I mean, you wouldn't be if you had 50 million in the bank every year, plus everything else.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I think with the car size, it suits him. Like last year's car, I just think it was just a bit of a beast to manage, and he didn't have the right aero, and the back and the rear of the Ferrari was all over the place. But I just think with the engine management, the overtake, perhaps the
and the
Ferrari's
raw
not in quite the right place at the moment. Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he'll do all right. I think he'll get podiums this year, but he was brought in to win championships.
Yeah,
And at the moment, off the back of last year, Leclerc is a better driver, I think.
certainly a better driver of that car at this time.
Yeah, yeah,
Be
totally.
interested
And you
to
can only
see
go on what it is.
be interested to see how Lewis
They're
gets on
so
in
close
the
though.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Lewis gets on this year, definitely, compared to Charles. 150 laps today, 134.2. You know, what's that? 0.2 off of George.
Yeah.
Looks quick. Looks pretty quick. Um, compared to other teams, yeah, they're up there. I think they're going to be up there. If not challenging for the championship, in my opinion. It's
I think, but first of all, with them though, to be honest, they just got to be challenging for podiums. Let's start there. Let's start for podiums, then races, and then if you get those both, naturally the championship comes with it, right?
yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. From last season to this season, yes, I think they're going to be challenging. But like you said, it's more important to get on that podium and get that winning mentality. Because that's everything as well, isn't it? There's a lot of that. Winning mentality. Plus the car, plus the driver is
Do you know what else is going to play a big part of this for Lewis is the consistency of the team.
yeah,
So he's got a new engineer in his ear. How do they get on? How do they feel each other? And then I don't know if it's signed or if it's going to happen, but within a couple of weeks, he's going to have a new engineer in his ear.
yep,
And
and
you've got to have that trust about what's going on, what's around you, just understanding the feedback of a personality.
plus he's got
So
to
important.
yeah, and he's only got 4 weeks to Australia. So watch this space with Lewis. Interestingly, just to point out that he did stop on track again today. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Um,
but I think that's real good. I think they're going to be more savvy this year, Ferrari, with a bit more tactical knowledge.
Could
And
be a
they've
flyer.
gone, right, let's absolutely rinse this engine. How far can we go with fuel? And then there's your benchmark. We then can work back to say we need X amount for qualifying, X amount for this to get the fastest times. So it's been logged as run out of fuel.
Yeah.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant. And another thing I noticed with Ferrari today, it's all about spinning up the turbos,
Yeah.
revving the engine, which is all part of this because they're missing the MGUK. So they're missing that chunk. And all the reports is how are they going to get them to start? How are they going to get these cars off the line in a
Yeah,
short
I
space
read
of time
all that.
between the lights go? And then our wonderful friends at Sky Sports were showing a particular kind of understanding of it all. And one of them made a comment of, right, this Ferrari has apparently got the shortest kind of turbo spin up. So bam, off the line it goes. Along come Lewis, and they went, look, here you go. 21 seconds this car was revving its nuts off for. But but I genuinely think
Priceless.
this is a real kind of Italian tactic where they've gone, look, we know we can do it in 7. Just spool it up for longer. Just keep
Yeah.
going. So people don't look at us and they think we've got a really shit engine and a really shit turbo system that doesn't kick in when actually ours is the most efficient on the grid. And that's why they've vetoed the start line procedure
Oh, okay. I
because
didn't
they
know that.
know they've probably got a quicker spooling engine and they can
Yeah.
get it off the line quicker. So
I mean,
it's
the
small
FIA,
games, mate. I love it. I love the kind of the details and
yeah,
the intricacies of how these teams work and to be smart and to put other teams on the back foot.
I mean, the FIA got a lot to sort out, haven't they? Before Australia or Melbourne.
I don't know how they're going to do it, mate. And the problem is, it's concourse agreement in it. So they've got all the teams have got to agree.
Yeah.
They've all got to agree, but
You know what?
they're not going to help anyone.
It'd be absolutely fantastic, and it wouldn't, but it would be hilarious and fantastic if literally start of the race and no one gets off the grid. The lights are green and everyone's just sat there.
Did you see the final start on day 3?
Yeah,
Colapinto nearly put it in the wall.
yeah,
Brilliant.
I
And
saw
then
that.
three out of the 6 couldn't get off the line.
Yeah,
I mean, that is so bad.
brilliant.
So bad. But
Absolutely fantastic.
I would like to say not as bad as Aston Martin.
No.
What's your opinions? Talk to me. Come on.
Uh, well, they had quite good solid testing, put on some decent mileage, I think. But they're way off, what, 4 seconds? I think,
When you say decent margin, decent mileage, last,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
wow,
between
maybe they're the
them
last.
over the days, 206 laps.
Right, maybe not decent mileage then.
And they're the only Honda engine, and this has got McLaren, Honda, Alonso issues all over again.
Yeah,
He's gonna be absolutely fuming that this engine can't perform. Apparently, it can only get to 11,000.
right.
So therefore, it's physically losing power as it's going down the straights.
But I think Adrian knew he's gonna pull a rabbit out the bag. I really do. I feel like they've still got, like you say, 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks till, Melbourne.
Yeah.
And am I saying that right? Melbourne? How do you say it? Melbourne? Melbourne?
Melbourne.
Uh, Melbourne. Yeah, so, you know, a lot can change. They might, gonna bring some upgrades into testing next week. So we will see. I feel like Aston Martin's a very watch this space, kind of team at the moment. They could be down the bottom at the first 5, 6 races, and then they bring some upgrades. You could see them jump, quite a few places. You just can't tell. You just don't know how bad their car is.
I think the car's gonna be immense. It is immense. Like, everyone is looking at it and giving it, the big thumbs up on the aero newy car. So what I see the problem is he's the team leader, so he's got to lead from the front on knowledge and everything. Of course, he has massive amounts of knowledge. But what he's not an engine supplier, and he has to rely
Yeah,
on someone else to give him that information.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
if that's the bit that chucks you down the road,
Yeah, exactly.
and
You can only
you're 4 seconds off. I mean, I don't know how you make 4 seconds up with an engine.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe you just buy a new engine.
You would, wouldn't you? You would. You go, "Actually,
No, I don't.
Mercedes,
Yeah.
just do you wanna? Do you fancy a go? Do you fancy?" Or buy the Red Bull engine. He's got mates that there, surely. He must
Yeah,
know 1 or 2 people.
probably not. Probably
Probably
not
not
anymore.
now. No. No, 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 he's out the door, isn't he? But yeah, again, the amount of money that Lawrence Stroll's pumped in, and I can guarantee, I saw a picture of Lawrence Stroll getting out and going to his car and getting in his car. Mate, this was not happy.
No.
Miserable. Absolutely miserable. And, he's got bigger and better things to do with his businesses, but this is his probably passion that he's pumped loads of money into, and he's just seeing his team last. He was meant to be first.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't know. I think they're one to watch, certainly. Look, they're not gonna be I can't see them challenging for the title. Um, Not based on what
Challenge.
we've seen so far, but, yeah, I just can't see them being up there, to be fair.
What's your as we know now, and we'll go through it again next week, and again we'll completely change our minds. Who's your kind of dark horse outsider for a podium?
What,
Forget about the top 6.
in Australia?
Yeah, first race.
Oh,
Anyone you like?
you know, as an outsider, you know what? I might, is it a bit easy to go with this, but it might be Hadjar
Yeah, I get your point. Same
as a
car
win.
as Max, technically.
quite possibly as a win. But I don't know. Maybe I'd love a Williams up there. Carlos Sainz, one of my favourite drivers.
Yeah.
I, I'd love him to be up there. Um, but yeah, I mean, you just can't see, you know, the Racing Bulls, Cadillac, Audi, Aston being anywhere near the top three on
No.
in Australia. So really, you're quite limited with who you can choose as an outsider.
So
Um,
I'm banking on one of them, or at least a couple of them, either crashing or the engine blowing up.
yeah.
And I reckon Ollie Behrman.
Mm, yeah, not a bad shout.
I reckon Ollie Behrman. So he was best of the rest out
Yeah.
of the initial ones that we spoke about. And it's going to take not a bit of a miracle, but good qualifying. And I think he's part of this kind of new breed of kid who just understands perhaps a bit more the tech side,
Hmm.
or maybe not Ollie, a Haas, solid engine.
Well, yeah, they had a solid day of testing. Um, very good. The car looks, pretty good. I don't think it's gonna, tear anything up, but it looks stable. It looks reliable. They got some, decent drivers. Okay, they need to prove themselves. Maybe not Ocon, but certainly Behrman, who I think, like you said, is a very good driver. Ocon, yeah, I mean, we know he's a good driver. Um, and
Not
he
like
and he
that, is he?
he's not loved, no, but
Why?
yeah, I don't know.
I think I said this before.
Yeah,
I genuinely really like him. I think he's honest, he's intelligent, he's a quick driver. And I don't know if it's like a media thing or some, like, I don't know, certain, like, people clip something up about what he's like, but yeah, I think those two together, good team this year. Maybe not the first race, but them and Williams, think potentially, if all goes well, we'll get a couple of podiums this year.
yeah, yeah, that'd be nice. Nice to see. Okay, who we up to now? So we've covered Haas. What about some of the new teams? What about Cadillac?
I mean, old school. Who doesn't love those two? I don't. To be fair, we don't get much Sergio press over here. I think it'll be more, America's side that you'll see him. But
Yeah.
Bottas, just a baller, mate. Just that moustache alone just wins awards. Like, what a guy! He's just chilled. He's got the Finnish mentality of love everyone, and if you don't like me, so what? But I'll be your mate, and I'm funny. And again, phenomenal, solid driver. It's exactly
Yeah.
what Cadillac need.
Yeah, I think so. I think look, I think they stopped on track again today, did they? But look, I think they've done fantastically well to get to where they are. Building from scratch a Formula One car from scratch, a team from scratch. Experienced drivers, fantastic.
No.
Um, but I think they've done fantastic to get where they are and be ready
Yeah,
for Australia.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah,
The money behind them though is like
it's
vast.
huge. Yeah, it's huge. One of the biggest automotive companies in the world. Um, so yeah, I hope they do well. I hope they I feel like I feel like they feel that they have something to prove this season. I'm
You
not going to
feel
say
that
that.
they feel?
I feel that they've got something to prove.
Yeah,
Um,
they will have. They got two good drivers, and you're right. They had an early setback, something to do with cooling or something this morning or yesterday, Friday, should I say?
yeah,
So yeah, but again, one of the best looking cars, if that helps. I love the 50-50 look.
yeah,
The, bl-
I
the,
love the
the
car.
black, something different. They've gone a bit of a talking point, and yeah, some people are going to give it a kick in because why not?
Yeah,
World's full of opinions, but no, fair play to them.
yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Um, oh, excuse me. So where are we at now? What about Alpine? What are your thoughts on Alpine?
Perfect engine.
Yeah,
Pick the perfect engine, and their wing concept He's completely different to anyone else is. It looks the nuts when it's deployed
Yeah,
and it's going
yeah.
down the road. And of course, look, let's see. But I bet you one of the teams, two of the teams, gets that concept on their car for next week. Just because then they'll have the two to compare. I think Alpine are going to be all in on this concept.
And
To me,
they
it
had a
makes
good win for the week, I think. Franco Colapinto completed 144 laps across 8 hours of running,
blimey,
which,
that is brutal.
you know, that is pretty brutal. But yeah, like you said, he nearly put it in the wall on the start, didn't he?
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's just kind of
so
again just learning, right? You've got
I
so much
feel like,
turbo,
yeah,
they're just
he's
spinning it up, and
it's not a rookie season, but he's still kind of a rookie, isn't he?
yeah,
To Formula
well,
1.
last year, no, but he's again super
Yeah.
talented, and then you got Pierre. I mean, again, Pierre, what a driver!
Yeah, podium winner.
Like I think from like a kind of personality, typical F1 driver, he's got like the look. French lad, stubble, glasses,
Good looking fella. A
good
lot
looking
like
fella,
me.
bombs it round,
Looks
can
a
do
lot
it.
like me.
Yeah, it's a lot like you. I mean, how's your French?
Oh, very good.
To be fair, his English is better than your English, right?
Well, exactly that, mate. Exactly that. God.
But it helps when you've got a rocket ship of an engine.
Yeah,
So if they can
absolutely.
get that reliability, smart team, hopefully they can get the aero package working. And that would be so them, Williams and Haas. I mean, it's easy to say because it's three out of the teams on the grid, but they're the ones going to be shooting for a podium this year. That
Yeah,
it has to be those, and then the rest of the new ones, and then the top four of the top four. So you've just got to try and nick a position or decent qualifying or hope something breaks down. But they should be there or thereabouts. Gasly will be there or thereabouts. He'll be top 10 for sure.
yeah, yeah. Now, moving on to the Germans, Audi. What we saying? The Hulk?
So unofficial, the loudest engine,
Yeah.
if that helps. I mean, that's got to get a talking point, right? Why is it the loudest? What have they
Why
got
is it
going on
that?
in that
They got a
Audi?
hole in the exhaust.
A bigger hole, yeah. Just poke loads of little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the loudest apparently. Don't know why. It's the only one it's the Audi, of course. So it's got its own unique features to it. The
Mhm.
whole, I think they really gonna try solid. Him and Bortoletto, same amount of laps this today, I think it was.
Roughly 58 and 60, Hulk and Borto respectively. Um, Hulkenberg pipping his teammate probably by, what was that, 8 tenths of a second?
So
Um, 10th for the Audi. I mean, like I said, lap times don't mean anything, but 10th, P10 and
but
P15.
to be fair to them, they were the fifth. They had the fifth most laps, 354, and therefore that makes them the first. Now it depends if you count Red Bull and Racing Bulls because they got the same engine, but they were the first new engine, and they're in terms of on this list, which is again
Yeah.
testament to them, right?
Hmm. 2.5
But
seconds off Antonelli.
but the things that I'm seeing on socials and clips, they're going down the straight. He's deployed his battery, and the battery's just going, zoop, and by the time he gets near the end, it's losing speed. So,
Yeah.
uh,
It's not good, is
and
it?
then and now what they're saying is for the bigger tracks like Baku, what you're going to be doing 30-40% less speed by the time you get to the end.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? And I think that's why you get like Max really saying this is just Formula E on steroids. He can see he's a clever lad. He does multiple kind of racing series on his spare time. So he just loves racing. He loves going fast as he can all the time. And he's just got the ump. He's just gone,
And
this is
this
this ain't good.
this sort of brings me up to something I wanted to mention. This back and forth between Verstappen and Norris as well was quite funny today. Not today, but the other day. and obviously what you just said about Verstappen and moaning about the car, not liking it, comparing it to Formula E on steroids. And then Norris has come back today. I don't know if you've seen it about whether he was asked by a reporter, and he basically said that Max can always retire, and that you know
Oh, go on, Max.
to,
Off you
if he
go,
wants to
son.
retire, he can. He doesn't have to be here. None of us have to be here. And then he sort of
Right.
went on to sort of say that they get paid a lot of money to drive a car, and which and I'm not sure where that sort of sits with me. Yes, of course, Max could retire, but to be fair, he's not going to want to. He's going to want to go out there, moan a bit about it, and then go out there and show everyone that he can actually drive it way better than anyone else.
Basically. That's
You know,
exactly what he wants to do. And they're clever drivers. They not that they get told by their PR team, but if they just lay a little seed here and there,
yep,
people like us, people like the big press, talk about it, and then the FIA kind of have to go, okay, if our main driver or the top 4 main drivers are moaning about it, perhaps then we've got to look at it. But then you've got so many hurdles to jump it, over there. But Formula E on steroids is just harsh,
yep. We'll
real
see.
harsh. But this is the
We
journey they're
shall
going
see.
on. If they want to save fuel and they got smaller fuel tanks and they want to be more efficient and more sustainable, this is the world, mate. This is where we're going.
Yeah, of course, and they have to do that. The FIA are in a bit of a lose-lose situation, I think. They have to be more sustainable. They have to show that they're, you know, doing their best at what they can do whilst also, you know, keeping it as an entertainment sport.
Mm.
We don't want it to become Formula E, but, at the end of the day, as long as it's entertaining, and from the FIA's point of view, as long as it's entertaining and it's bringing in the audiences, and their pockets are filling up, they're not really going to give a crap.
No,
Which,
no.
you know, however, it is important to listen to the drivers. They are the ones out there driving the car. They certainly listen to them on safety issues, as we've seen over the years. So they have to listen. They have to listen, especially to the experienced drivers. Um, but there we go. Um, Fantastic. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. That's it from us today. Um, so what have we learned? Well, testing never tells you who's going to win the championship, but it absolutely tells you who won't.
Bye.
Done. All right, how was that?
Never say that again. That goes right next to my podding. Do not say shit like that again.
Stuff was good, wasn't it?
I'll come
Testing
through
never
this
tells you
screen.
who's going to win the championship, but it absolutely tells you who won't.
No, I do. I think stuff like that. We just have to go. Like, how would you say goodbye to each other down the pub?
Okay.
Honestly, I think that's the real essence of it.
All right. Okay, let's do
People,
it.
people are jumping in,
Yep.
or if they're listening in to kind of listen to a conversation over a pub, and then they go, "All right, see you lads, ta mate."
All right, let's do it again then. So, um,
What have you
what
got to
was
do?
the last? Yeah, what was the last bit I said?
So I think just kind of come back at me and say, "Right, chat. So we
All
got
right.
1 week left.
Okay.
Let's
Right.
see, let's
Ready?
see what we can find."
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Great. Fantastic. That's it for today. So, Melbourne in 4 weeks. Looking forward to
Yeah.
that. Um,
Testing next week. That's the most
Next
important.
week.
Fully
Absolutely.
fully live as well. It'll be all on the telly, so everyone can see every second. I know I'll be there.
Yep, I'll be there,
Watching it. Not physically,
and
but
we'll be podcasting or podding, as the cool kids say.
no
Next
cool
week.
kid says that ever.
I'm a cool kid. Anyway, thanks for listening.